Jeremy Finger here, Riverbend Wealth Management, here to share with you on what you can find on your Social Security statement. Mind you that when you choose Social Security, it's extremely beneficial to know how it affects you and your spouse. And making the right decision there could be the difference between $50, $100, $200, $300,000 or more over the course of your life and your spouse's lifetime. So what do you need to look for when you're looking at your Social Security statement? A lot of times you will get that in the mail between, right around 60 years old. If you don't get it in the mail or you want to take a look at what it looks like to you, go to ssa.gov. If you have a security freeze on your account, you will need to lift that security freeze, put in your Social Security number and your birthday and, of course, your name, and you will be able to see your benefits. I do recommend security freezes to help you prevent a lot of scammers out there. Okay, so definitely do that. So when you're looking at your statement, what do you look for? Well, you'll be able to see your benefits if you take claim at 62, 63, 64, all the way to 70 years old, and you will notice that your benefits increase the later you take those benefits, typically around 8% per year, which is really pretty good. So it typically makes a lot of benefits to not only to you, but your spouse if you delay those benefits. Another thing you can also see is like, hey, if I get disabled today, what your disability benefit would be immediately. If you were having survivor benefits effective immediately, what those benefits would also be. You also want to double check and make sure your name and date of birth is accurate. If it's not right, you want to submit Form SS5 to the Social Security Administration to make those updates. Also check, you'll see a list of all the years and the amount of earnings you paid into Social Security. Double check and make sure that seems reasonably accurate. If it's not accurate, what you're going to need to do is submit a W-2 form or your tax return to the Social Security Administration so that you can make some updates to your benefit and get what you paid into it. So you have to submit that in there. So a couple other things on the important information on the bottom right-hand corner of your Social Security statement. It also talks about divorce benefits. If you were married for over 10 years and are now divorced and are not remarried, unless you're over 60, you could possibly claim a spousal benefit on your ex-spouse. Now, you claiming your spousal benefit on your ex-spouse in no way, shape, or form is gonna harm your ex-spouse or their new spouse. There's no spite here, okay? But you may be able to claim a benefit. I've had people who didn't know this and were able to upgrade the amount of income that they're getting on Social Security because they were remarried. I mean, they were not remarried after being married 10 years and divorced. So also you can, if you have your earnings on your own work record and a spousal benefit, if your spousal benefit's higher, guess what? You'll get the spousal benefit. If your earnings record is higher, you can get your earnings record, your Social Security benefits on your own earnings record. A lot of times people say, well, hey, Jeremy, why don't I just ask the Social Security Administration what I need to do? Yeah, great. They can tell you about spousal benefits. They can tell you about divorce spousal benefits. But one thing they won't do is take a look at your overall assets, your IRA accounts, your investment accounts, and how to coordinate all of those assets with your retirement income. Okay. And so that's very important because Social Security is very tax efficient. A lot of times you're not even taxed. You're only taxed on 85% of that. It's also increases per year by 8% typically, all the way to up age 70. And when you take that Social Security benefit, not only benefits you, but it also benefits your surviving spouse. So it's really important that typically that the higher income earner delay the benefit as long as possible to maximize their benefit, because the surviving spouse is going to get the higher benefit when one of them passes away. So coordinate your benefits, take a look at your statements, make sure there are no errors. If you got questions about anything at all, certainly feel free to give us a call over here at Riverbend Wealth Management, and have a happy life.